So we're on this train for about 20 hours. Currently we're in Banff. We're going from Banff to Kamloops today, and then tomorrow we're going from Kamloops to Vancouver. We'll be on the train all day, both days, get all of our food and drink on the train, and we're really looking forward to it.
The Rocky Mountaineer is hauled by 2 diesel locomotives, with a generator car and up to 41 coaches, depending on the time of year. For the route that we took, the distance it travels is 309 miles on day 1 between Banff and Kamloops, and 285 miles on day 2 between Kamloops and Vancouver. Of course, it's mandatory for everyone to have their photos taken in front of the train before departure.
So we climbed up the stairs into our GoldLeaf coach and walked down to find our seats. And our seats were right at the very, very front of the coach, just near where the 2 hostesses were going to be based during the trip. It was quite a walk to get there though, but eventually we found where we were going and we settled ourselves in. So we just boarded the Rocky Mountaineer and we're now sitting in our GoldLeaf seats. Fantastic domed coach so you can see the view out. And there's a nice little kitchen up there I can see as well, so presumably we're going to be fed and watered while we're sitting here at some point. So there were 2 sittings for breakfast, and on the first day we were on the first sitting, and as you can see here we had a delicious little fruit salad to start with, which was very refreshing and very tasty. And then after that we were all very boring and went for exactly the same thing. We all went for eggs Benedict for the second course of our breakfast, and it was absolutely delicious. So one of the benefits of sitting in the GoldLeaf section is that as well as the lovely domed coach upstairs, there's also an outside bit downstairs where you can get some fresh air. But as you can probably tell, it was a little bit chilly downstairs and it was very, very windy. Near the beginning of the trip, there was an awful lot of mountains to look at, which were quite spectacular. And it was mostly fir trees quite up close to the tracks. And you can see the weather here is absolutely amazing. It was a stunning, stunning day. So our train was about 14 carriages long, and this is taken from the back of the domed coach, so you can see the other coaches. So the one next to us there is a Silverleaf coach. You can see a couple of other GoldLeaf coaches further down as well. This is quite an interesting view of the rest of the train, really. At your seat there was an awful lot of space. There was plenty of room to cross your legs, put your bag under the seat in front. You can recline your seat as well if you want to, and of course you have the stunning views to look at. And all the time we were being fed and watered. The bar opened at 9:30 in the morning. Most of the route of the Rocky Mountaineer actually follows rivers, and these rivers were what was used to originally carve out these tracks. This was on the Canadian Pacific Railway, which was the first track to cross the Rockies in total. And later on the Canadian National Railway went on the other side of the river, away from the Canadian Pacific track. But the rivers were the main source of the route for the railway.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Before we knew it, it was time for lunch, so we went downstairs to the downstairs dining room, which is only for GoldLeaf people. Silverleaf people get their food at their seats. And this was the starter, which was a platter of various meats and things. And for main course, Roger had a crab ravioli, and I had an absolutely delicious steak. Mum had crab ravioli too. And just in case you hadn't eaten enough, in the afternoon there was more food. So we had cheese and wine in the afternoon. Again, absolutely delicious. So we left at 7, our hotel this morning left at 7 o'clock. It's now 9 o'clock and we lost an hour en route as well. So we've had a very, very long day. It was great. We ate too much, drank too much, but I have to say the last 2 or 3 hours were a bit tedious because we were just sitting waiting for trains to pass or for us to pass trains, and there wasn't much to see and it was a bit boring, to be honest. So we got here about 9 o'clock, 5 minutes or so ago. We're in Kamloops, sorry, I should have said that earlier. We're at the Sandman Hotel. I'm sure the room will be lovely when we actually get up there. We're being picked up at 7 in the morning, so really we need to go to bed. So our suitcases hopefully will be in the rooms and everything we need will be in there. So night-night, everybody. So on day 2, we were picked up at 7 o'clock from our hotel in Kamloops, having had a good night's sleep, despite the fact there was quite a loud music festival going on next door to the hotel. We were greeted by the lovely Rocky Mountaineer staff who all smiled and made us very welcome as we climbed on board and back up to our seats. As we left Kamloops station, we got the traditional Rocky Mountaineer send-off from all the staff, which was lovely to see. On day 2, we were on second sitting for breakfast, so we were very hungry by the time we were finally cooled down.
In the stillness somewhere above, the city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true that you were lost and this is a clue. Love is forever, love is forever. To believe you gotta live.
So when we got down to breakfast, I decided to have something different. So I had a smoothie bowl, which was absolutely enormous. It was raspberry and banana. It was lovely, but it was so much of it. And Roger and Mum enjoyed their Eggs Benedict so much, they decided to have it again on the second day.
With the music still in your ears, you're on your way to conquer your
And again, before you know it, it's time for lunch. And Mum had a mushroom thing. I can't remember what it came with, rice and greens, I think. I had a pork loin and Roger had a steak.
to believe you gotta let go. Light as a feather, light as a feather. Lucid dreaming over Tokyo. And when you wake up, you know what you need to do. Just close your eyes. Someone's been waiting for you.
So here we are on the 21st floor of the Sutton Place Hotel in Vancouver. This is the hotel Roger and I were assigned by Rocky Mountaineer at the end of our 2-day trip from Banff to Vancouver. So one day we did Banff to Kamloops, the second day we did Kamloops to Vancouver, which was today. We were just talking about the trip and we decided we did it last time about 12 years ago, and actually although it was fine this time, we didn't think it was as good as last time. We can't quite put our finger on why. I don't know whether the views weren't quite as good, whether the weather wasn't as spectacular. It was a beautiful sunny day both days, It was good. I hope my mum enjoyed it. I don't know if she did or not really, but there was quite a lot of hanging around is the thing, and that wasn't great for mum. But if you've never done it, I would definitely recommend it. If you've done it before, I would say don't bother going back again, because I think maybe your original memories are probably the best ones that you've got.